Everybody? Kind of disappointed with that kind of cheer that we got. Four people over in the corner. Thank you. I actually felt like I deserved that one. Now, I know y'all looking at me and you're like, he's got purple gloves. You know, what can my talent be? Well, it's not scrubbing the floor. No, I'm not here to, you know, be a new Billy Mays and show you guys a new Kaboom commercial. No, I'm supposed to be doing comedy. Supposed to. I'm like the only guy after you guys get to laugh at whenever you guys want. You know, but you see, look, that's what I told you guys. You should put like little clapping boxes under the seat so I can feel better about myself. See, but anyway, I just want to tell you guys a little story. It's funny. It should be. But I was walking down the Marquette. You guys all been in Marquette, right? Because well, they're everywhere around here. But I was in Marquette, and I was, you know, in the fast section, putting all these sugars in my little cart, walking along and buying, you know, candy, Oreos, Ho-Hos, Swiss rolls, all kinds of crap. Just buying it all and putting it in this cart, right? And I saw this little boy, he's about 10, walking down the aisle with his mom. And I don't know what brought the question up. I don't even really want to know. But the little boy looked at his mom with a straight face, too. No joke, no, like a straight face. He said, "Mom, what's puberty?" And it caught me off guard, because that's not really a Marquette kind of question. So I looked over, and I'm like peeking from my cart, you know, just like, "Huh? What are you talking about over there?" You know? And the mother says, "It's when you know you grow up." And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess that's about as good as it's going to get in a public place." But, you know, so I continued to push my cart, and the little boy was like, "Well, what's it look like?" And I was like, treat me again. So I stopped, and I looked back, and the mother looked around, and she's like, "Looks like that guy right over there." And she pointed at me, and I was like, "What? You're gonna tell your kid he's gonna look like me?" Little boy looks at me, and he's like, "I don't want to grow up." And I was like, "Really?" I mean, I know I make myself look bad, but that's just because I don't want all the women dying at my feet, you know, asking me out all the time. So I'll purposely make myself look bad, and it works too. You should see it. I just repel the women wherever I go. You know, I'll step in the doors, and all the ladies will be like, But, you know, that's just me. And, well, I didn't really get any laughs out of that one. That was a fail. But, you know, when you're like 3 years old, you're growing up, and you're getting introduced to your family, and everyone's like, you see all these big, hideous people that look around? It's like, yeah. That's your family. What? And the biggest, baddest one of them all walks up and says, "Hey, boy. I'm Uncle Bobby." It's like, You're just, you know, you're scared, you're 3 years old, looking up at this big old guy like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, here's a Snicker, you know, I love you, you're like my own." You're like, "Oh, Uncle Bobby!" But the worst part about it is that when you leave, they don't tell you who's your family and who's not your family. So, you know, you're walking down the street with your bouncing ball in your hands, you're bouncing down the sidewalk. You meet this guy, he pulls up in a white van, like, "Hey, boy, get in the van." "What?" "There's some candy for you in the back." "Uncle Bobby!" Next thing you know, you're gone for 3 weeks. Parents like, "What happened?" You know? And it's like, well, you know, I'm not really getting a lot of that. Maybe I should get my hands dirty. I gotta take off my gloves. Okay, that feels so much better. You guys have no idea how much constriction was on my hands after that. I mean, that was just terrible. But, you know, I see a lot of singers out there, and when they sing, you know, they spit a lot. That's why I got these gloves on. Because, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's like, ugh. You know, that's why I'm not hugging the mic with my mouth or anything. Just trying to sit here and do my good show. And, well, I believe that's all I got. I'll end with a knock-knock joke. I'll just be classic here. Knock-knock. Nobody.